improve your riding. Hi, this is Nev Lapwood, snowboardaddiction.com. We're riding a Whistler Blackcomb, and this tutorial is on how to improve your riding. We cover a few issues that happen to intermediate riders, how to spot them, and what you can do to fix it. This tutorial is mostly related to body position. If you can get your body position correct, you'll snowboard a hell of a lot better, and you're going to feel more comfortable jumping, riding the park, and hitting all types of features. Counter rotation. For smooth, controlled riding, you want your upper body and your lower body to be in line with each other because it gives you better balance and stability in your riding. One of the most common problems for intermediate riders is riding with a body position that is not aligned. You'll see riders cruising with their upper body turned this way, facing forwards. It's not very stable. If you hit a bump, it's likely you'll get thrown off balance and may crash. Instead, you want to be like this, with your upper body and lower body in line with your board. You'll see a lot of people going down the mountain doing something like this, with awkward turns, constantly out of alignment. That's called counter rotation, where your upper and lower body become disjointed, not working in harmony, and twisting against each other to make the turn happen. This especially happens when doing turns on your toe edge. On this freeze frame, you can see how this guy's upper body is completely out of alignment with his lower body. If you compare this with my riding, you'll see that every time I make a turn, my upper body and my lower body are almost always heading in the same direction. It looks smooth, balanced, and effortless as I flow through each turn. If you can get your riding like this, you'll be more comfortable with everything else you want to learn on a snowboard.